Like, comment, subscribe.
Pastor O'Brien was driving I-90 to Seattle and he got stopped for speeding. During the traffic stop, the officer detected alcohol on the pastor's breath and noticed an empty wine bottle on the passenger's seat of the car. He said, "Pastor, have you been drinking?" "Only water," replied Pastor O'Brien. The policeman asked, "Then how come I can smell wine?" The pastor looked toward the sky and said, "Good Lord, he's done it again. The Lord turned that water I drank to wine." Number 2. Why doesn't God ever answer your emails? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. He's more in an email. Number 3. In the beginning, God created the earth and rested. Then God created man and rested. Then God created woman. Since then, neither God nor man has rested. Number 4. What was Jesus' favorite nursery rhyme? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. Mary had a little lamb. Number 5. What size was the wood that was used to build the ark? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. Two by 2. Number 6. During Sunday service, Pastor MacArthur told his congregation that the church needed some extra money and asked the people to prayerfully consider giving a little extra in the offering plate. He said that whoever gave the most would be able to pick out 3 hymns. After the offering plates were passed, the pastor glanced down and noticed that someone had laid an unmarked envelope with $5,000 in it in the offering. He was so thrilled that he immediately shared his excitement with his congregation and said he'd like to personally thank the person who donated the money and asked the generous person to come forward so the entire church could thank the person. And far, far, far in the back, Maria timidly raised her hand. The pastor asked her to come to the front. Slowly she made her way to the pastor. He praised Maria for her large gift and told her how great it was that she gave so much and asked her to pick out 3 hymns. Her eyes brightened as she looked over the congregation. She pointed to the 3 most handsome men in the building and said, "I'll take him, and him, and him." Number 7. Who in the Bible knew the most people? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. Abraham knew a lot. Number 8. What excuse did Adam give his children about why they no longer lived in Eden? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. Your mother ate us out of house and home. Number 9. What time of day was Adam created? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. Just a little before Eve. Number 10. Who in the Bible was the biggest lawbreaker? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. Moses. He broke all 10 commandments at once. Who is always the fastest runner in the race? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. Adam. He was first in the human race. Why did the unemployed woman become happy while reading the Bible? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. She thought she saw a job. Why didn't Jonah trust the ocean? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. There was something fishy about it. Who did Noah consider evicting from the ark? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. The turkeys, they were using foul language. What kind of car does Jesus drive? I'll give you 7 seconds to figure it out. A Chrysler. I may not be perfect, but Jesus thinks I'm to die for. A bus was headed to prison. The bus was full of murderers. The bus had a head-on collision with a truck. Everybody on the bus died. When they went to heaven to be judged, God said to the murderers, "Even though you are not my best, I'll grant all of you one wish." The first murderer said, "I want all my sins forgiven so I can get into heaven." God snapped his fingers and it happened. The second murderer said the same thing and God granted his wish too. This went on and on throughout the group. God noticed the last man. The bus driver who had died in the crash also was laughing hysterically. By the time God got to the bus driver, he was laughing so hard tears were rolling down his face. When God asked him what he wanted, he laughed and said, "I wish they go to hell." A married couple were arguing about who was going to make the morning coffee. The wife said that in the Bible it says that man should make the coffee, and the husband asked her where it said that. The wife opened the Bible and said, "Right here in Hebrews." Pastor O'Brien was drinking wine again, but this time instead of driving he got in his rowboat. Unfortunately, Pastor O'Brien was so full of wine he fell in the ocean and he couldn't swim. When a boat came by, the captain yelled, "Do you need help, sir?" Pastor O'Brien calmly said, "No, God will save me." A little later, another boat came by and a fisherman asked, "Hey, do you need help?" Pastor O'Brien replied again, "No, God will save me." Eventually, Pastor O'Brien drowned and went to heaven. Pastor O'Brien asked God, "Why did you save me?" God replied, "Fool, I sent you 2 boats." 2 friends, Mike and Alan, are walking through a big game park in Africa. They come across a lion that has not eaten for 3 days. The lion starts chasing the 2 men. They run as fast as they can, and Mike starts getting tired and can't run anymore, so he decides to say a prayer. "Please turn this lion into a Christian, Lord." He looks to see if the lion is still chasing and he sees the lion on its knees. Happy to see his prayer answered, he turns around and heads towards the lion. As he comes closer to the lion, he hears the lion saying a prayer. "Thank you, Lord, for the food I'm about to receive."
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. We release new videos every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Subscribe now, so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.